People, how you guys doing? Mr. Energy here. We have a special today. We have the one and only Batchelor from Normal Not Allowed Enterprises. Normal Not Allowed Enterprises promo and all the Not Allows. Great artist, rapper, and just musician and all around artist. And he's very knowledgeable when it comes to sports, especially the Dodgers. The great Dodger teams. Yeah, it looks like the Dodgers might face the Yankees if they keep going this way in the World Series. I don't know. The Yankees seems to have the best team. They have the best won and loss record. I don't know. I think the Dodgers will turn it up in the second half of the season and maybe get close to what they won last year. Last year they won 106 games. So I don't know if they get there, but I think they're good for close to 100 games. The Yankees are on fire. The Yankees might win 110. I don't know, but I just can't root for the Yankees. Never been a Yankee fan. I've been a Dodger fan. I've been a Cincinnati Reds fan. I've been a Baltimore Orioles fan, even a Tampa Bay Rays fan, Miami Marlins. But I just can't seem to get into the Yankees. I don't know. Maybe it's because the Yankees win all the time. they've had the most World Series. I don't know. I always liked the Dodgers. I always followed the Dodgers when I was growing up in the 70s. Like those teams like Ron Cey, Steve Garvey, Jaeger. I just like those pictures. The pictures that they had, Fernando Valenzuela. And, well, I guess I was a small child in Cuba when they had the big teams in the 60s. I was a baby, but just got a thing for the Dodgers. But Batchelor's going to be on in a couple minutes, and so we'll see what he has to offer. He's probably going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors. That they're over there from the West Coast, San Francisco. I don't know. The Warriors have won 4 titles in 8 years. They might be the favorite again this upcoming year. You know, they're probably going to try to re-sign all the free agents, maybe get a player or two. So we'll see what happens with that. And, well, of course, you know, we're always talking Dodgers and we're always talking baseball. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now. So, say about what's going on. Yep, there's a lot of stuff going on. I got my whistle here from my PE classes and my coaching. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, Mr. Energy. I'm doing good. I'm grateful to be here with you. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's so hot here in Miami. How's it over there?
It's hot here too.
Yeah.
It's I don't think we're used to this kind of heat. Are you getting hotter than normal in Miami, or it's just regular?
It's the same, but it's not the same. It's about the same in temperature wise, but it seems to be more humid. It's just the
Okay.
humidity is crazy this year. You know, it's
So that
like it
humidity is
wants to
killing
rain.
you.
Yeah, it wants to rain, but it doesn't rain. Like right now, it's really beautiful. It's blue, but it's just the humidity is like 75%. It's
Ah,
crazy.
boy. So you
So
guys are sweating. You're sweating big
yeah, I'm
time.
sweating a lot. Is your heat more dry or?
Um, it's just hotter. Honestly, somebody was telling me
Yeah.
about the heat they were experiencing in their part, and they said it felt different. To me, honestly, it doesn't really feel much different. It's just hotter. It's just like
Yeah.
100 degree. Normally it's like what 90 or something. Now we're getting to 100. We did get some weird thunderstorms. You guys are used to those kind of thing, right? But you're
Yeah.
not getting the rain right now. You're not getting it.
Nah, we're getting like sporadic. You know, it's not like a lot of times when we get like a big thunderstorm, it gets cool in the afternoon. It hits like maybe 69, 70, 72. You get some wind, but nah, man, now it's sometimes it's 9 o'clock at night and we still got 88 degrees. It's crazy.
Man, brother. Everything is upside down, not normal,
Yeah.
weird. I mean, normal not allowed, but certainly in
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
in some of these respects, the
I love
normalcy
it. I
that we're
love it.
not getting it's kind of like
Yeah.
maybe we need to go back to the other way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man,
Specifically,
there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I don't know if I don't know if over there and I know you're in Sacramento, right?
no, I'm not here in Los Angeles. I'm in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
Los
Yeah.
Angeles, okay, but
Oh,
I don't know what's going on
there's a
over
lot
there,
of
but I
weird
mean,
stuff going on in
yeah.
Sacramento too, I'm sure.
What's the gas? What's the gas like over there?
The gas, what I I'll relate it to myself directly. My last fill up was 609 per gallon.
Wow, 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 wow. We got a breakdown here. We had it at 509. They dropped it to 449. I guess Florida, they cut a lot of the taxes, federal and state.
Right.
But I don't know. I think that's more like a gimmick, maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe a little longer before the elections.
I think you're right, Mr. Energy.
Yeah.
I think you're so smart because that's exactly what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
the governor over here told us 4 or 5 months ago, which even then, if it had happened at that moment in time, giving everybody
Yeah.
$400 when they're paying this amount, it's like literally a slap in the face. We still didn't
Yeah.
get that, and now we're being told, well, the 400 is going to be 350 and it's not going to come till October. So basically, in the meantime, we're going to keep on paying $6 for gas while you give us $350 checks around election time when this has been going
Yeah.
on like a year. I mean,
Yeah.
boy, it's like we're idiots. It's like they think we're
Yeah.
idiots. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
I mean, unfortunately, I think if we had like a strong third party, like an independent party like Perot tried to do, I think
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff will go away. Because the thing is, they got the special interest controlling both parties. And I mean, Biden did what he did because he basically owes it to the all the left, hug a tree, save the planet kind of people, without
yeah,
without really thinking that yes, we can make the transition, but not like immediately. It's got to
yeah.
be a little bit, little by little, because you can't just go from $2 gas
No,
to
you
heaven
can't.
knows how high it's gonna go, and then expect people to just buy electric cars. It just doesn't happen that way. You got to kind of make a transition slowly.
No
And
transition at all, right? Like
yeah, that's the
none
thing. Like,
whatsoever.
like there's a lot of stuff I didn't like about Trump. I'm like you. I don't like his it being too arrogant and just being like a guy that you don't want to sit down and have a beer with. But the thing is, he made sense when he talked about, being energy independent. Why do we have to go beg Saudi Arabia for oil when we got it here? It just doesn't
Why?
make sense.
Why? I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
like what you just said, my sentiments about him, but let's not deny the fact, right? A lot of the stuff what he said, it's like all coming to
yeah,
fruition now, and
yeah,
we're in a really bad spot. You got
yeah,
retired people having to dip
yeah,
into their retirements.
yeah,
These numbers seem
yeah,
to be skewed when
yeah.
they talk about the job market, but everything is upside down. It's just
Yeah, man.
crazy.
I feel bad for the older people, man, because like, I thank God I have a job. You probably have a decent job too, but like a lot of these older people that on fixed incomes, they go to the store and they're like 2 years ago, we were paying like half of what we're paying now in groceries, the gas, they got to move around. And down here, we don't really have rapid transit like they have in, New York, Chicago, and places like that. Because yeah, you can get the bus, but everything is like, there's a lot of open like suburbs here. So most people drive, even elderly people drive, unless you live like close to downtown Miami. Most people drive. You see people in their 80s driving, to try to get from one city to another city or whatever. And it's it's hard, man. Sometimes you gotta pay $100 a week in gas, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
How does a retired person really plan for anything like
Yeah,
this? Especially when you're on a fixed income. This is bearing so many people.
yeah, yeah. No, man. It's I don't know. Stuff is crazy. There's too it's too the country's too 50-50. There's no they don't really have the need to come and get like a coalition like they do in other countries, like where they have 3 or 4 parties, and sometimes you got to have 2 parties get together so they can have the majority. Here, basically, it's too much to the left, where it's almost a socialist communist kind of thing, or too much to the right. There's no common sense. There's no middle ground.
No.
So I don't know, man, but I fear a lot of times, I came here as a small child, but I feel American. I don't feel. I left Cuba when I was about 7 and a half. So once I got over here, it was so bad. I have family members that were in trouble with the government because they didn't want Castro there. So a lot of them, they got everything taken away. Some got put in jail. So when we got here, it's like, okay, this is a new country. This country opened the arms, their arms to us. It's going to be a new home. So by the time I was here 3 or 4 years, I didn't think like I was Cuban anymore. Like not to say I'm, you know, I'm spitting, I'm looking down on my people, but the thing is, I felt Americanized because, you know, I just love the freedom of this country, you know, and
Yes.
the laws. It's a country of laws, you know, and freedom and independence, you know, like they say, the home of the free because of the brave. So I bought into all that, and I loved it since I was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. And when people would ask me, I said, no, man, I'm an American citizen. I'm an American citizen, but I was born in Cuba. But the thing is that I just love this country, and it tears me apart when I see this stuff going on, man. I suffer more from what I see happening here than some of my family members in Cuba, because I know they're having rough. But I just, man, I tell you, man, I would bleed for this country. I would not necessarily bleed for Cuba,
That's a
but if I had
beautiful
to bleed for
thing,
this country,
and
I would do it. I wouldn't think about it twice, man.
that's a beautiful
And it
thing.
hurts me, man. It hurts me, man. It hurts me because, you know, I think some people that were born here, sometimes they don't appreciate the freedom we have, and man, we got to protect it, man. You know,
We
we got to
do.
protect the freedom, man.
We do.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like, I don't know if you heard the story. You know, since you like sports like I do, where they basically are banning now the transgenders from swimming with the women.
Yeah.
I
I'm not.
mean, to me,
I'm catching a lot of this in the media. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. I felt bad for these women because, you know, a lot of them been training since they were little girls, 4 or 5 years old. You got these guys that went through puberty as a guy, so they got bigger muscles, they're taller, they're stronger, their limbs, you know, their reach and everything. Some of them are 6'6", 6'7" swimmers,
Yeah.
and they're swimming with ladies that are maybe 5'10", and
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't fair, you know.
It's simply
Like, you
not.
know,
I agree
I
with you.
thought, well, yeah.
I
Like,
agree.
man, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You're like, okay, I understand they got their people, they got their rights, you know, we got to protect their rights. I don't know. Maybe the solution is have their own, you know, their own competition where, you know, people that are transgenders, you know, they win their own medals or whatever. But it just doesn't seem like there's any common sense left, you know.
No, it doesn't. I
It's
mean,
crazy.
are we really gonna? I can't say you follow sports probably on another level compared to me, but I'm just gonna pose the example. So what's next? Is the NBA gonna take a man who the WNBA gonna take a man who couldn't make it in the
Yeah,
NBA, but he transforms and says, "Oh, well, I'm a woman now." Are they gonna openly
yeah.
accept him in the WNBA? I don't. I mean, it wouldn't be right, would it? There's a
No, man. I mean, I'm for freedom for everyone. I'm middle of the road. I'm like Ed. I'm like Uncle Ed. I'm middle of the road. I like everybody to have their rights and protect everybody's rights. But you got to have common sense. You know,
But how
you can't expect.
that's just not fair. It's like a
Yeah,
man develops differently. And then to
yeah.
go to say you were going to include him in the idea of inclusion, but that's simply not fair. That's simply not fair just
No.
because of the struck. We're not even getting into anything